Completely alone and dressed in his pyjamas, he checks his phone. He puts it back in his pocket and looks out as he blows out smoke. He's young, fresh out of uni, but has the look of someone who hasn't slept in 50 years. It's cold outside, and he tugs his bathrobe closer to him. An older woman opens the window of the second floor of the flat. He's standing outside and yells in Punjabi over the phone, which scares the man shitless and makes him drop his cigarette. He mumbles, "Oh, for fuck's sake," under his breath and picks it up, blows on it a little to get the dirt off, then shrugs and puts it back in his mouth. As he's doing this, a young woman in a nurse's uniform rushes past him, barely looking up or acknowledging him. She unlocks the door and almost runs inside. Over the neighbour yelling in Punjabi, we see the young woman's mum in a cleaner's uniform come into the window and start yelling at the young woman. Things like, "Took your time, didn't you? I fed her already, so don't even bother. Now I'm going to be late for work," etc. A baby starts crying and the young woman takes the baby out of the crib and starts crooning at it, but it won't stop. The man outside doesn't notice any of this, almost like he can't hear it. Then a round-bellied man in his 40s wearing paint-stained overalls and carrying a massive toolkit walks to the door, looks around for his keys, can't find them, and rings the doorbell. There's no answer. He rings again. The young man looks behind him, wondering if he should help, but he looks away when the older man turns around. He rings again. We see a woman in a towel rush across the bottom floor window, and music starts playing as if it's coming from the bathroom. The older man is let in. He goes into the apartment, kisses the woman, and they laugh a bit about how she was in the bathroom speaking together in Romanian. The music, horrible European electropop, gets louder and louder until all the movements from inside the flat are almost choreographed to this music. The man outside's phone rings, and the music stops along with the movement in the flats.
Yeah, where the fuck are you? Henry's? Are you joking? Are you actually fucking joking? Right, well, leave then. No, you're going to leave. I don't care if you invited everyone on the face of the planet. You're coming home now. I'll tell Dad you were at Henry's. Too fucking bad. You shouldn't have forgotten. I'll call Henry's mum. Yeah, thought so. Pick up some toothpaste on the way back. We're running out.
Sam hangs up, tucks to himself, puts out his cigarette and heads inside. The music starts again, as well as everyone's conversations and the choreographed movement. Time passes. Sam heads to his apartment and starts to cook dinner. Now all the flats, all but one, are filled with movement. He puts the plates of dinner, plain pasta with tomato sauce, on the table and sits on the sofa to watch TV and wait. The couple in flat 02 sit at their table and open a laptop. The Skype ringtone goes on for an awkward amount of time.
He's not going to pick up.
I just want to see how he's doing.
It's a Friday night, babe. He's probably having fun with his friends.
Then I want to check he's okay.
Just call him tomorrow.
What if he drinks too much?
Then you'll know tomorrow morning.
Pat, that's you.
Yeah, sorry.
Where?
I'm going to make dinner. I'm not reading.
Oh, that's me. I thought that was Miss Miller. I'm sorry. I'm going to make dinner.
Mrs. Matei, evidently upset and worried, and her husband leaves the table to start cooking. She's left alone, staring at a screen. Time passes. Riley, on a bike, comes up to the building and rushes up the close steps, forgetting to lock his bike on the railing. He runs up and puts his keys in flat 11. Sam is on the sofa and looks up in anticipation when Riley comes in. He's in his school uniform, but without his jumper, and looks sweaty and tired.
The corner shop was about to close, so I booked it. Here's the toothpaste.
Food's on the table.
Thanks.
Where's your jumper?
Left it in my locker.
And your tie?
Left it in my locker.
Why?
Because.
You know you have to wash that one day, right?
Yeah, but.
But what?
We were going to Henry's.
Were you gonna tell me you were going to Henry's?
Am I meant to tell you where I am all the time?
Kind of, yeah.
Why do you want to know so much?
Because I'm meant to be looking after you.
I can look after myself.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, actually, had to for a while.
Dad said he wanted to know how you were doing at school.
Tell him I'm doing fine.
Why don't you tell him?
I forgot, okay?
Oh, you forgot!
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. People forget things sometimes.
People forget where they left their fucking wallet, not that they're calling their dad for the first time in months.
Okay, well, I forgot it was today.
Oh, man, shut
I
up.
forgot.
Whatever. Don't fucking break it.
Okay,
I'm not going to wash it for you.
fine.
What, are you just going to leave it dirty?
Would you get off my dick?
I'm sorry.
Could you just relax for like 2 seconds?
I'm very relaxed. I'm sitting here, chill, watching Pointless. Very relaxed.
Then what's the fucking attitude about?
What's your fucking attitude about?
Being a dick.
I just want you to wash your own dishes. Is that too much for you?
Riley tucks and goes to wash the dish. After some thinking, he turns to Sam.
Told you I forgot.
Well then, stop fucking forgetting.
That's not how forgetting works.
It is if you want to forget things conveniently.
Or what, you think I forgot on purpose?
It'd be surprising.
You're such an asshole.
Oh, I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you're the asshole.
You know the look down on his face when I said I didn't know where you were?
Fuck's sake.
He wants to see you.
That way.
Riley. Give him a chance, at least. Call him tonight or later. I don't care, but call him.
We can call him on Wednesday after school.
No, you can call him on Wednesday after school.
Riley coughs and rolls his eyes in frustration. He turns to go to his room, and Sam calls after him.
Don't forget.
Riley slams his door. After a bit, you can hear music coming from his room. Sam sighs and continues watching TV, eventually falling asleep on the couch. Time passes, and the older woman from flat 1-2 leaves, wearing a cleaner's uniform. As she's leaving, she's still barking orders at Kiara.
Make sure that she eats the rest of her food. She was being picky earlier, and I don't know if she's feeling sick or something, so just make sure she's eating, right?
Yeah, bye, Mum.
She slams the door shut, which stirs Sam a bit, and lights a cigarette as she's opening the door of the building. Kiara looks out of the window to make sure she's gone, then opens the window of the flat and lights her own cigarette. There's peace and quiet for a while. Then the baby starts crying. She snuffs out her cigarette on the windowsill and goes to the crib, picking the baby up and trying to rock it to sleep, with no emotion on her face. She's facing away from the window when a body falls from the top floor and lands with a crunch in the yard. The baby's screaming is too loud for Kiara to notice, so she continues to coo and shush the baby. Once it's calmed down, she returns it to its crib. She wipes her hands on her trousers and goes back to the windowsill, looking for the rest of the cigarette. She sees the body in the yard and screams. It's the next morning and it's a lovely day. Mrs. Matei leaves her flat with a bouquet of red tulips and a card, straightening her hair with her hands and closing the door delicately. She goes up to 1-1's door and rings the doorbell tentatively. Inside, Sam has his headphones on and no trousers on while he's on the computer and doesn't hear the doorbell. Mrs. Matei rings again and knocks, and this time he does hear it and takes one headphone off and turns around. When she knocks again, he scrambles to get some trousers on. Mrs. Matei turns to head off, just when Sam opens the door.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I was just on the phone.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, sorry, my name is Daria. I live downstairs in flat 02.
Oh, hi.
Yes. Hi. I was just thinking that we all could use some cheering up after what happened last night. It was so awful. So I just wanted to introduce myself and give you these. They're nothing, just some tulips I found at Sainsbury's. I didn't have time to go anywhere nice.
Oh, they're lovely. Thank you.
No trouble at all.
I'm Sam.
Hi. Well, if you ever need anything, you can always have a knock on our door. My husband works most of the time, but I stay at home, so I should be there.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
They stand awkwardly. Sam looks at the flowers and turns them around.
They're lovely.
Oh, it's nothing.
Mrs. Matei keeps smiling vacantly, regretting everything, probably beating herself up in her head for embarrassing herself. Sam is struggling to make conversation with a real adult for once, and he doesn't really know how.
Would you like to come in for tea? I was about to put the kettle on.
Oh, that would be great, thank you.
They very awkwardly make their way into the flat, crossing each other several times. Mrs. Matei is obviously not impressed by the cleanliness, but keeps her mouth shut, turns around and smiles.
What kind of tea would you like? We've got Tetley's chamomile tea and coffee. Orange juice.
Oh, black tea's okay for me. 2 sugars.
Any milk?
Yes, please, lots.
Sam puts the flowers on the counter and runs to get tea.
Do you live on your own?
No, with my brother Riley. He's the one with the bike.
Ah, the bike. He needs to be careful. It's going to get taken one day.
Yeah, I keep telling him, but force of habit, I guess.
Yes. Is he in school?
Yeah, St. Luke's.
My son went there.
Really?
Yes, graduated now, but yes.
Where is he now?
Grantley College?
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, he's enjoying it.
That's good.
You're very young.
Oh, I just graduated university. I'm 23.
Oh, and your brother?
He's 17. He's doing his A-levels now.
Oh, wow. Hard to control, huh?
Yeah, he doesn't listen to me much, but I guess that's to be expected, isn't it? I'm not his dad.
And where are your parents?
Oh, my father left the family when we were young, and my mum passed a couple of years ago, so Riley lives with me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay now.
What an awful father.
Did you want any milk? Sorry.
Yes, I can't drink black tea without it. It's horrible.
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah, I've never been able to get used to it. We don't really drink tea in Romania. It's more of a medicinal thing.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, moved here in 1998, a lifetime ago.
Wow.
And where are you two from?
Oh, just round here. Grew up in Tulse Hill, just on the A424.
Oh, that's a lovely area.
Oh, it's nice, yeah.
And your parents?
Same thing, yeah. They met at school.
Oh, wow. They married young then?
Yeah, they did.
And so you've just moved?
No, we've been here a couple of years. I was living in Battersea for a while to be close to uni, but moved down so my brother wouldn't have to move schools and all that. He was about to do his GCSEs, so... Of
course, it's difficult. And what do you do?
I'm a graphic designer, so working mostly from home.
Wow, an artist. Look at you. Is that enough?
Enough for what?
Is it enough to keep you both?
Well, it's decent, and we get money from our dad. And Riley works every so often too.
That's good. Well, if you ever need anything, you can always ask us. My husband will fix anything free of charge in exchange for something to eat. I don't think I've ever seen you. Isn't that funny? I might have seen your brother once or twice, but I thought he lived above us with the family, across the hall.
With the baby?
Yes, the baby.
Honestly, the walls are made of paper. Every time that baby cries, it feels like it's right next to my head. Yeah,
it does.
And it only has those big, massive fits, the ones where it goes like, ah. they only happen at night when you've gone to bed. And
it makes me so sad. That baby cries too much.
I don't think Riley ever cried that much as a baby.
The mother is very young. She's probably inexperienced.
Right.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I think she was the one who called the police last night. I didn't wake up until they were right by my window.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Such a horrible thing for such a young girl to see.
Yeah, I think they knew each other as well.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I just got that feeling from the way she was acting.
Oh, I didn't know there was anyone living in that flat.
You never heard her?
No.
She was a nightmare.
Really?
Yeah, like stomping on the floor, yelling to herself, or on the phone, we couldn't tell. Smashing plates and glasses, like throwing things.
No. Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was, when we first moved in, we almost moved out a week later because we were genuinely afraid that she was going to blow her lid and like come after us, but she calmed down after a little while. We got used to it as well, you know.
Wow. Poor woman. She must have been tortured.
Yeah, maybe.
Quite mature too. Must be on her own.
I assume so, yeah. Don't know how she keeps up with the rent because, as far as I know, she doesn't have a job.
Maybe savings or inheritance.
Yeah,
She must have been tired.
I suppose.
Who knows what people are going through, right? We mustn't assume.
Right. Would you like another cup of tea?
The scene changes and Riley cycles home, leaving his bike unlocked again. He rushes to his room to change as Mrs. Matei makes food for herself and tries to call her son again, to no avail. There's music blasting from Riley's room and the dishwashing coming from everywhere. Mrs. Singh leaves her flat for the first time and looks at her neighbour's door for a very, very long time. She goes on her knees and looks in the letterbox. She sees nothing and drops to the floor in tears. Below her, Sam is checking his emails and watching TV half-heartedly when something catches his attention. He seethes at his phone, then rubs his temples in frustration. Riley returns to the table with yet another plate of unsatisfactory pasta.
How was school today, right?
Bunked off half.
Why?
Because I didn't want to go.
Right.
Psychology's boring. It's just graphs and statistics and parts of the brain, and we don't even get to learn about the fun stuff.
Oh, yeah? And what is the fun stuff?
You know, like crazy people and stuff.
Riley.
Like asylums and stuff, like multiple identities and straitjackets and shit. Proper psychos.
Riley.
Like, if you're a danger to yourself or others, you'd be put away type shit.
Riley.
Riley shrugs and keeps eating his pasta. Sam sighs and stands up to wash his plate. Riley starts stabbing at his plate.
You don't have to go and kill yourself anyway. Baby from across the hall sorrow. Messed up like that.
The baby won't remember anything.
No, but I will.
There's silence. Kira gets home and slams the door shut.
Everyone will.
There's more silence. Sam looks down. He knows he should say something because Riley's upset, but doesn't know what because he's never had to properly comfort him as an adult before.
Do you want to talk about it?
Riley looks up and stares at him. They stare at each other for a while. Then Riley suddenly gets up and storms off to his room. He slams the door and blasts music. Sam sighs and rubs his temples. Time passes, and Riley spends all afternoon in his room. At one point, you hear Kiara yell, "Mum, can I use your lipstick?" And Mrs. Matei goes upstairs with another bunch of flowers to Mrs. Singh's door. She knocks once, no answer. Waits for a bit too long, tries again. Again, no answer. Waits more, tries again, no answer. She decides to write a note and leave the flowers on her doorstep and heads downstairs. In Kiara's flat, Kiara has come into the living room dressed to the nines. Isabel, her mum, is in the living room putting on her shoes in her uniform and looks up incredulously.
How do I look?
What's all this?
What do you mean?
What are you all dressed up for?
It's Susie's birthday.
Who?
Susie, from school. I told you, like 2 months ago.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's the 15th. It's Tuesday. I told you, it's Susie's 21st. We're all going out.
Are you having me on?
No, Mum, I told you. I told you ages ago. I asked if you'd be okay to watch jazz.
Do you think you live alone here? Do you think you can just do whatever you want all the time?
Mum, I asked you and you said yes. It was ages ago. You said you put the night off so that I could go.
Yeah, well, you didn't think to mention it again, did you? Conveniently. You just assumed I would take care of it like always, right? I take care of everything while you go out and get fucked with your friends. That's fine for you.
Mum!
You don't need to pick up a finger to help your kid because I'll take care of it. Because I'll come and clean the house. I'll come and wash all your clothes. Because I'll stay up all night watching jazz while you have fun.
I stay up every night watching jazz. And then I go and work the next morning.
And when was the last time you changed your nappy? When was the last time you washed sick of her clothes? Never, that's when.
Today, this morning, you saw me do it.
Oh, today? Oh, thank God you did it today. That must have been so hard.
It was actually. I was fucking exhausted. I was up all night.
Well, you're not going out tonight, so you better change back.
I'll call a babysitter.
Absolutely not. She's too young.
Well, can't you call in sick?
No,
Why not?
I'm not calling in sick to look after your child, Kiara.
Kiara just looks in disbelief. Isabel checks her watch, then gets up with effort.
I'll see you in the morning.
She leaves without ceremony, leaving Kiara alone in the living room in a beautiful outfit. She sits down in shock and begins to cry.